YouTube! I am Pinstar, and this is Planetbase Strategy and Tactics, Episode 1. So, if you had caught my earlier mini-series of Planetbase videos, I was just doing my Let's Look first impressions of the game, and indeed this game has captured my interest and curiosity to master it. So, I have been developing strategies and tactics for it. So, in a classic fashion, we shall be getting started. And also in classic strategy and tactics fashion, we will be doing the Class M. Yes, the hard planet. Now, that being said, I know some of you are going to, might just be getting into this game and are going to be going onto the Class D planet. So when I start doing strategies, I'm going to, if a strategy is such that I'm only doing it because I'm on the Class M, I'll let you know that. And if there's an alternate strategy for the Class D, I'll let you know that. As for the Class F planet, well, F it. Yeah, Class F planet, because F this planet. F it and its stupid turbines. We're not going to be going on Class F, because F it. Right then. So Class M, a moon of a gas giant with no atmosphere, which leaves very exposed to meteors and solar flares and unable to support wind turbines. Oh no, no wind turbines. Seriously, I hate wind RNG. I'm perfectly okay with the lack of wind turbines. Light amount high. Solar panels operate at full capacity. Yay! Atmosphere density none. Not suitable for wind turbines. Yay! Sandstorm risk none. Yay! Solar flare risk high. Boo. Meteor risk high. Boo. But we'll deal with those. This is hard mode. Honestly, the hardest part of this hard mode is the amount of colonists you start with. You start with 4. That's it. Plus 1 robot. But you know what? In classic survival simulation here, we will go with our favorite name here. Ficklewood. Now, I've not really nailed down like what part of the planet is best. It's kind of difficult to see which are the good parts and which are the bad parts. I'm guessing that this white stuff around here is mountains, and then the not white stuff is flat land. So this is kind of where we'd want to be. But it's not a perfect guess here. So don't take this as a strategy, and don't think that 0 degrees and north, 1 degree west is somehow the perfect starting spot. If it ends up being so, then well, the more you know. All right, let's get started. Enough of me babbling. Colonists take time to move around the base. Make sure living facilities are close to their workplaces. Yes, this becomes very, very important later on in once the base gets bigger. Alright, let's take a gander once the opening animation starts. See if we can make use of this area, because sometimes if you land in like way too heavily penned of an area, then you may as well be kind of screwed. Yep, 4 colonists, 2 workers, an engineer, a biologist, and a bot. I think we can make use of this. Yes, we can. Okay, so first things first, very quickly, solar panel, largest size, build it right there in front of the thing. Run, do not walk to that. That is the first thing you want to build. The second thing you want to build, a power collector, maximum size. Find a logical place to link it up with, like this. These 2 you want up ASAP. Yes, I know, they need oxygen eventually. What you want is, if you build these 2, you'll be able to start capturing electricity from day 1. And that will allow you to get your power collector juiced up enough for what things are needed in terms of day, in the nighttime. You'll be able to survive the night. So those are absolutely the most important things. All right, once your engineer starts actually building the buildings, you can start placing down your next one, which is also going to be a water extractor. I'm going to do the larger size because it's more efficient to build the larger one. And since your engineer is occupied building buildings, he's not going to waste time getting materials. thus getting materials will be relegated to the rest of your people, which that's all they're really doing right now. All right, now for the internals, airlock and what have you. Now, since the big wide open area is towards this direction, we're going to want to build our stuff in this direction. So we'll get airlock. And generally speaking, like, except at the very beginning of the game, like right now, you only want to build one structure at a time. You also don't you don't want to get too far away from your colony ship when building stuff. Unfortunately, just because of the terrain, we're going to have to sort of drift away from it. Because all right, so see, look, solar panels doing its thing, and the large power collector is doing its thing. We are not going to be using up a lot of electricity. All right. Small size O2 producer, and I'll get into that in a little bit while later. But yeah, just keep them coming. Hopefully our engineer, yes, will come and actually physically build the buildings here. Because we only have one of them. Oh yeah, the other thing we want, ASAP, is a landing pad. I guess, well, that's fair enough, and it's close enough to the airlock. In fact, let's prioritize that, because there's a little strategic gambit I have in mind for this particular one. The landing pad, building it early, we want to get colonists. That's the main thing here. We want colonists, especially since we only have 4. But colonists won't come until we have a landing pad. Colonists also won't come if your people's needs are really low. And at the moment, everyone's needs are really high because everyone starts the game at full needs. So that's not a problem. All right, we got 2 of these. Yeah, I got 2 people walking over here. Got the engineer meandering. I know you're idle. Just build the connection, dude. But thankfully, this prioritized building connection thing is available. All right, that should get him. Yep, he's going into action. Now, once this landing pad is built, we're going to configure it for specifically what type of colonists we want. This should also get free up our people to start doing the other stuff. We'll have our oxygen crew. All right. So now that the oxygen producer is up, we need to manage it. We want no trader, and we need an extra engineer. Engineers are the major bottleneck in the super early game. So whoever shows up, we want them to be engineers. All right, we got to sit down our next thing because everyone else besides the engineer is busy. But unfortunately, oh wow, colony ship already. See, this is precisely why we do this. Everyone is still happy, so we're going to get colonists. Yes, I know, oxygen. All right, give me a winner. Winner, chicken dinner. 5. All right, 1 engineer. That's all we really need. All right, oxygen generator has been built. Let's start planning our next thing. We do want the canteen. Normally, I don't want to do the canteen quite so early, but we kind of need to get the drinking fountain going. Yeah, and while this thing starts filling up the area with air, everyone else can start bringing materials and then hopefully go rejuvenate their oxygen. Because we don't want any deaths. Deaths this early in the game mean colony over. Hopefully you guys can get... Let's cancel that. Get yourselves indoors, please. Yeah, you just need to recharge your oxygen, and then I will I'll set more stuff ready to go here. There we go. Let's get the tops off here. Why aren't you recharging your oxygen? You guys are in the base here. See, yeah, this one, they just need to go in properly. There we go. Yeah, just meander in, and then meander back out with some fresh air. That's all we really need. Alright, and as you can see, middle of the night, obviously no power being generated, but we've got plenty of juice stored up. Now, generally speaking, as far as the ratio for keeping your power going properly, you want a 1-to-1 ratio between large or very large solar panels and large power collectors. However, after building your first couple, the next one we want to build is another power collector, because this produces a little bit more than this thing can hold. So a second power collector will give you more available energy to produce stuff with. The other thing to note is a fully stocked power collector can provide the base with exactly 33 kilowatts worth of energy throughout the entire night. So if we look at our energy grid needs, our energy grid only consumes 14 kilowatts. So this pair right here, plenty of time. Yes, I know you guys are hungry. That's the part of the other, and thirsty. That's part of the reason why we have to build the canteen sooner rather than later. Because they can eat their meals in the hallways. They don't like doing that, but they can. But the only way to get them hydration is if we build them a cantina with fountains on it, which is unfortunate. Alright, engineer. Why are you going to the airlock? You should build. Build, I say. See, this is the problem. I wanted to get the canteen done before they started their I'm hungry, I'm going to go get something to eat things. All right, it looks like we got our other engineer, probably our new arrival here, doing the good stuff here, building up our canteen, and then immediately we are going to get them a drinking fountain. That's actually all I really want them to build in the canteen to start with, is that drinking fountain. We will expand the canteen as needed and get the other essentials going, but until we start making our own food, we don't really need a meal maker, because they're just going to be eating the meals that came with the colony ship. Alright, come on, build. Please build the thank you. As soon as that is done, we can do that drinking fountain. Now, it's very important to note, the way I like to build my canteens is there's a very specific canteen build, and it actually works better with the small canteens. Like throughout this game, even once I get a lot more resources, I'm going to be sticking to the small canteens. And you'll see what the ideal build is pretty soon. So we want to get that drinking fountain built, and we also want to get another building going here. Yes, I know. Oh no, we don't have another canteen. We need dorms, because people will start getting sleepy soon. Now, if there's perfect. When possible, make your dorm attached to the oxygen producer, because when you have a full load of people sleeping there, they will consume oxygen like crazy. So having your dorm off of that will reduce the chance of there being oxygen problems. Because even if you have enough technical oxygen capacity, you very well may not have enough distribution for it. So putting your dorm off of the oxygen producer, very much recommended. And having the canteen off of it's not a bad idea either. I'm also this little, like, the terrain setup here is absolutely perfect for a particular build in terms of your main colony shape going, which I call the centipede build. And I'll explain that a little bit later as we continue to expand the base. Alright, so we survived the night with plenty of electricity to go. Our solar panels kicking back into action here, so no need to worry about electricity. We are going to be running short on metal soon. Alright, they just took that out. Yeah, we're going to have to recycle this. The only reason to recycle it is it gets you more metal. But you want to hold off on recycling it until you have to. But at the moment, we have to. Now, one other thing we want to build sooner rather than later is a mine. Which actually is perfect right here, because it's very close to the airlock. And we'll link it up there. Because what we want is we want our workers working the mine sooner rather than later and build up a supply of ore. So when we get our processing plant going, there's going to be enough ore built up for it to operate at pretty high efficiency. All right, we got our drinking fountain all set. That's good. What do you guys? Yeah, go get some water, dudes. Please don't die of thirst on me. We have you your drinking fountain. What are you doing? You're getting metal. All right, well don't die of thirst on me. Just get the drinking fountain. Yeah, once that goes in here, yeah, you want to keep an eye on your people, and if their needs are getting really bad, slow down on building stuff, both internally and externally, because that could cause them to work themselves to death. They're not the most intelligent, despite being, scientists and engineers and biologists, and generally more intelligent people you would think. What are you doing? You're getting a meal. All right. Well, you're fine on water. Please tell me you're getting water. Yeah, we're going to let these guys be a little idle here. The problem is, he's probably already claimed the drinking fountain, so he's going to make his way over to the drinking fountain. That's good, because he needs a drink. But this guy hasn't claimed a drinking fountain yet, because this one's already been claimed. So if I go and build something, then it's going to... in fact, this might... Yeah, hopefully he knows that the drinking fountain is coming up soon. All right, we got our mine going. Hopefully, all right, good. So this guy's done, so he knows the drinking fountain is free. All right, so we don't need to worry about people dying of thirst on us. Wonderful. All right, we've got our mine going, so hopefully our miners will start populating it here, and we're getting our stuff here. Now, we only needed one additional engineer. That really helps with the bottleneck, the building bottleneck. Now we need more workers, because we need warm bodies in that mine. As dangerous as it is, we got to get the ore. There's no getting around it, because we have a finite supply. And after getting this up and going... come on. I thought they patched it so that the AI wouldn't just abandon building the connections after building a building. Come on, people. You can do better than this. You're all sleepy. This is what you need. I had this problem with my... All right, good. The other engineer's taking care of it. Good. Okay. The other critical buildings are our biodome. Now let's take a look at our total resources here. So we've got plenty of metal to work with, actually. All right, let's start building some bunks. You want to start by the one connection here, and then just inch it out like that. I like to go with 2 bunks to start us off with, and then as your population grows, more will be suited. Yeah, we're probably not going to get any colony ships at the moment, simply just because, yeah. Once we get a few more critical buildings up, we'll be good. We also need a storage. Let's end that processing plant, but we need more workers for that. So let's get a small storage going here. We want, when it comes to your so this is sort of what I call the centipede build. Think of your internal base as a giant centipede. You got a big long body along the middle, and then you got lots of little arms sticking out the sides. So what you want to do is you want to make a core of buildings form the main body, and some secondary buildings, which are still important, form the outsides. Now, there are certain types of buildings that are really, really well suited to forming the core. Oxygen producers, canteens, storages, and occasionally, when you get to it, multi-domes, and also the airlock as forming the head, so to speak. That's because being centrally located is really ideal for these things because, the oxygen producer disperses oxygen around. The canteen is a gathering point for people to dine and whatnot. Storage is a central meeting point for goods as people need to, bring and deliver goods and retrieve goods as well. Yeah, we're gonna have some work slowdowns here as people go get themselves some much needed sleep, but at least they built the beds pretty quickly. All right, so this is a good stopping point here. I am happy on how our base has started off here. So if you like this episode and you want to see more like it, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave me a comment. Good, bad, or indifferent. Your feedback is always welcome. So until next time, this has been Pinstar signing out. See ya.